What's happening, everybody? Thank you for coming to the Nowcast. I have a special guest with me, my friend Antoinne. Antoinne, what's happening?
Hell, son, everything good. Down in AZ, Richards, Arizona. A really nice place to be, but it's not where I started at.
Where are you starting out from?
Well, personally, I'm coming from the south side of Chicago.
That's where you were born at?
So I was born and raised in the south side of Chicago. And the south side of Chicago and Arizona, I must admit, it's like night and day.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
What are some of the differences?
I guess one thing is that we sitting here talking.
What do you mean by that? Ooh, now I'm spilling shit all over my guests.
Well, I guess in Chicago, that's what they do to us. They steal stuff all over us and like, oops, that's a mistake.
I don't feel good about it.
But yeah, but it's just such a difference, you know. It's a life-changing difference that's really hard to talk about. To the point all my life, the only white people.
Antoine, I want to know if I can take some money up off this card.
You did video quick, man.
I'll give a damn.
I don't need it.
Hey, this is what they call live broadcasting.
Yeah.
Fuck that, huh?
What kind?
Off that tape card.
How?
Take it off.
You know what we're gonna do about the car? The money on the card is for the car.
All right.
So you gonna keep the car on Friday? You gotta call them. Yeah, that's so you're the only person they want to talk to. Believe me, you're the only person. So go on and do what you do. We'll work it out Friday. But that's how I was saying. And I'm not going to make it a racial discussion. But in Chicago, really the only time a black person come in contact with a white person is when they dealing with the police or one of the major companies. That's for the gas company or the light company when they come and cut the gas off or coming to cut the lights off. But that's for a black man and a Caucasian man sitting down in discussion and it's not about drugs. It really didn't take place. So therefore, I'm kind of happy to be here.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that. Well, what makes it like if you're coming from an area that's like that, what makes you so nice to somebody like me? Like the only times that you've known me is I've been a fucking sneaky bum the whole time you know me, and you only ever treated me like I was a millionaire. Like you treat me with just as much as respect as you treat everybody else. You treat everybody with the same amount of respect. So how would you not think when you got here that I'm something like that, like an enemy of some sort, or to scam you or something?
I mean, because coming from the streets, that's I did. It's one thing that you learn, and that's respect. I mean, you could go into different neighborhoods, and a lot of people go into different neighborhoods and never come out. But I learned if you go into different neighborhoods around different people and you show respect, other people usually will show you that same respect right back, and then usually you wind up going home that next day.
Right.
And so a lot of my respect comes from just surviving. Because a lot of people you disrespect to the point where you even step on their shoes, they take it as a disrespect. You look at their girl, they say it's a disrespect. And they be ready to take your life over what they consider disrespect, which you really not disrespecting anyone.
Right.
But down here, people respect you for giving respect. So it just translates a whole lot better than where I come from.
All right. So what when you were in your adolescence or whatever coming in, how did you not get sucked into all the bullshit and become,
No, you do get something to it.
You do get sucked into
You
it?
do get something to it. But then, as an individual, you learn, and as you learn how to get yourself out of it. As you got something to it, you also find a way to get yourself out of it.
So what was that for you? What was the way that you saw your way out? What was it that
Well, it's kind of hard to say, but I guess when you do so wrong, you can't do nothing but right after that, unless you're just going to keep doing wrong.
so there was a rock bottom for you at one point where you had to just say fuck this and move forward.
Well, yes, I hit a couple of rock bottoms. You know, it's a rock bottom that got me in Arizona to the point I'm at right now.
Well, you were telling me that you were used to work in a hospital, right?
Well, actually, I worked in, I'm going to say this, one of, it's kind of hard to put it, but if anybody remember projects in America, where they had the 16-story walk-ups and the 16-story buildings where the elevators never worked, and the people that have jobs and drug infested. What's up, man? That's where I worked at. That's where I got introduced into the medical field. I became an EMT, and I was working in the projects of Chicago. And it was kind of funny because when you started working, they give you $6 an hour in the bulletproof vest. They tell you to stay safe.
Holy shit.
And the first day I worked, I happened to run across a couple of homicides.
That first night?
The first day. It didn't even make it to nighttime.
So
it
what
was the first day, but at that time, I was anxious to get my hands on a dead body. I wanted to see how I would act. I wanted to see what I would do, if I would crack up or if I would be able to help out. And it just happened that as soon as I got to get the call, and I really fell in love with helping people. So with all the people that I feel I hurt as a child, I tried to make up by helping as an adult.
Very cool. Very nice. So that must have been, if I've never had to do anything like that. So I would just only imagine that, like you said right off the bat, you run into a triple homicide. This just must have been routine after a while, right? Just running into every single.
Well, it did get to a point where it was daily. I mean, I seen a lot of it.
And what does that do to you? What does that make you feel like when you're
Well,
running
at that
into
point-
those situations on a day-to-day basis?
At that point, I just wanted to fulfill the job. I mean, it was just all about helping the people that couldn't help themselves. So I'd go out here and risk my life to help people that couldn't help themselves. So, I mean, and that's what I did. I did it for 12 years. And anything you do for a certain amount of time, if you don't get counseling and get treated for it and work it out and talk it out, it's going to affect you in a negative kind of way.
Right.
So I'm thinking I'm being brave and thinking I'm being tough and don't need to talk to the counselors and I can do it on my own. I had a lot of skeletons really buried on the inside of me, and I didn't realize it until tragedy hit close to home. And then when tragedy hit close to home, it brings out a lot of the skeletons that you really buried through work.
Okay. So I'm pretty much guessing that's what you're talking about when your son got shot, right?
Yeah, that's basically something that started a whole different chapter in my life. And, you talk about the senseless things that take place, you see the senseless things that take place, and you really don't understand how senseless it is until it happens right next to you.
And that's what brought you here, right? You got wrapped up and said, fuck that, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, he got killed on the streets of Chicago, coming home from school, broad daylight, 2:30 in the afternoon. 3 houses from the house, someone just comes out the alley, and there was 2 of them. They took aim, both of them had to take aim, because both of them shot him, and he got shot 4 times by 2 different bullets. Me and my wife was the first or second ones on the scene. because the person who was ran right to our house and got us. So when we got there, it was just devastating, really. I mean, to the point where I had to take all my training and all my years of dealing with it to control my family and keep them from getting violent, because when you see your people there in the street, it do bring out a different side of you. But after that, we just decided we wasn't going to be there anymore. There has to be a different life. And so she said Arizona.
What brings you to Arizona? What was that?
I'd never been to Arizona, never knew anything about Arizona. She said Arizona.
So it was just something she came up with. She said, all right,
and I agreed with it, like, okay, and we did Arizona bus. We rented a vehicle. And we put what we could in the vehicle. And we came to Arizona.
Now, from when you met me, the first thing I already told your wife about it, when I saw how y'all's dynamic as a family works, it's very tightly knit. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's really tightly knit. I don't see everybody trying to stay outside the house and run around or anything like that. They all trying to stay home for the most part. You know what I mean? For me, I think that's unique. Now, you do say that there's differences between Arizona and Chicago. That is a difference to me. The people that were running around when I was younger, we all just dipped. We just hit the street, just as young as your kids are, you know? So to watch them want to be home, and watch it, you know what I mean, be friends with each other, I think that's beautiful. I just wanted to let you know that.
I mean, actually, we always been like that. Even in Chicago, we was always real close like that. And that's why I be like, my son was not supposed to have been out there like that to get killed, because he wasn't in the streets like that.
Right.
So therefore,
You just fell victim of the surroundings.
Right. I mean,
and what is bringing up all that bullshit? I mean, like, Chicago is set aside different than all the other cities. We have our violence in this city. They got every city you got a ton of violence. But when you're talking about Chicago, is way more amplified than any of these other cities. And what do you think your personal, vigilance has shown you? Why is that going on? Extra over there.
I think it's because we, as Chicagoans, did not get out. So therefore, we stayed within a certain neighborhood, we stayed within certain blocks, we dealt with certain people. And the experience of leaving out and going different places don't exist. To the point where they would rather just sit right there on that block and call that block theirs, even though it's not. So when the next person moving that block, it becomes tension. But when the tension builds up, then everybody has to stay in the same place together, it explodes.
So something similar to like when they use the word trap. It literally is that. It's such a repetitive cycle that you have to fucking leave. You have to get the fuck out of it.
And if you don't have the means to leave or the mindset to leave, that means you just stuck there fighting.
Well, I hear it, like, for me, my dad and my whole family come from Chicago. A couple people who are going to listen, they come from Joliet. So I don't know nothing about it myself, never been there. But from my perceptions, when I go look at it or whatever, they call it Chirac or whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's that bad. I saw videos of people literally just running up on people and shooting them for no fucking reason, just because they out there wild. And to me, when I watch that, because I know about the problems that I have here in this city and some other cities that I went into, which are similar, you know what I mean? Same different reasons. Those were reasons to bail, to just jump out, because you could see that it was just going to be your time. One time, it's going to end up being you, and it did end up being you.
That's when you get hit with the choices that if you leave, you look like you're a coward.
Oh, okay.
And if you stay, that means you have to protect your own.
Okay.
So you have a lot of people that would rather stay there and protect their own. And like I say, in the streets of Chicago, you come out with respect. And if you lose that respect, people are going to just disrespect you everywhere you go. So everybody feel that they have to maintain face to the point where they can't let the neighbor move next door to them. They music is louder than them.
I have a way of knowing that truth sets us free, right? So education itself sets people free. Coming out and coming into Arizona, it set you free to run away from that situation, saying, fuck that, I'm out, right?
Well, coming to Arizona gave me an education, and within that education, the education is what set me free.
But with what you said, you know, if you stay there and if you leave and be perceived as a coward, or if you stay and fight, I have an analogy for this. This would be like if everybody's stuck in the kitchen and they're too afraid to go out into the living room. You leave the living and go to the living room, you know what I mean? You're going to look like you're a coward for leaving the kitchen, right? So my question to you is this. If everybody there, which not everybody leaves, a lot of people are staying. So,
a lot of people are stuck.
In my
people
opinion,
are trapped into staying.
In my opinion, if they're not going to leave the kitchen and go into the living room, let's bring the living room to them. Let's pull the sinks out. Let's pull the fridge out. Let's get rid of it. Put a couch in that TV and turn that place into the living room. If they ain't gonna leave, we gotta bring them a new life to them. And I would love to ask you, what do you think those tools are? What kind of education needs to be fed into the city of Chicago? What are the remedies to this illness?
Well, I guess the only thing that I feel would actually try to change it would be to diversify, which is not going to happen. Because like I say, Chicago is just so divided and segregated to the point where that may be the only place where you could probably live a whole life and not come in contact with a person of a different race. Because you can go to the south side of Chicago and that's all you're going to see is African American. You go to the north side of Chicago, all you may see is Caucasian. You go to Chinatown, that's what you're going to see.
Chinese?
I mean, that's the way it's structured and that's the way it's been. And they don't mingle and associate and live next door to each other the way that they do it. But then I think there's a language barrier. Because in Chicago, the Mexicans do not talk English. The Africans do not talk English. So everybody there is talking their own language, everybody is separated. And that bonding and that learning aspect of learning different cultures don't take place. I mean, so you almost would have to take everybody out of Chicago, put them in different environments, educate them, and let them go from there.
Well, I mean, that isn't something that you force them.
That's not a doable situation. That's not a doable situation. And that's why I believe the situations that just keep escalating because it's getting younger and younger. Because if you should have been trying to challenge and held faith, I mean, you may die young because you're going to challenge. Anytime you challenge something, somebody tough is going to come along. This might be tough is going to come along. And therefore, you don't really have role models. So you have these kids just looking at what role models should be and trying to duplicate it in their own structure.
Sure. No, I see that all over the country. That's right here in this city also.
Yeah, I mean,
for the younger folks are very impressionable, so yeah, they're gonna fall victim to that almost every time.
And it's kind of crazy because, like I say, back in the day, I worked in what they call the projects, and in that, I'm gonna say 3 block area, we used to get over 40 gunshots in a 24-hour period. But then they came along and said they wanted to tear the building down and take the people and spread them out. And my thing was, what were they going to do with the drugs and the crap that they had trapped within these blocks that people didn't know about unless they went down there trying to buy drugs. And they were looking at it, well, it's just a social problem that we have to deal with. We increase the police, we increase the housing, all that kind of stuff. But it seemed like when they tore them buildings down, the violence that was in the building just escalated on different blocks, in different areas, to the point where first it went from projects to the south side of Chicago, to the south suburbs of Chicago, to the cities of St. Louis, to the point where it's a negative wave that's spreading all
Yeah, like
across
a
the
rash.
country
Like a rash almost.
because they let it out without education. They gave people Section 8, but they didn't tell them what. I mean, you were born in an apartment building, raised in an apartment building, then next thing you know, you wake up and they give you a house. You don't know what to do with that house. So when you mess that house up, you lose your Section 8, you and your family become homeless, so now you have kids, young boys, young men, women out on the streets homeless because their mother did not know the traps that they were being set up for.
Fuck. That's horrible every time.
Hey, Ronnie,
I go play football.
after you go check in with your mom,
So I can check in with you.
cuz, pick your sister up.
Come on.
So it's a lot of social problems that took place because people did not listen to the people that were there. Pick it up.
Gotta play on the So, do you have family over there in Chicago still?
Yeah.
And
My mom,
what keeps them? If they know about it, it's like
I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody in Chicago is not getting it. Chicago is a wonderful place.
okay.
There's a lot of good people there. There's a lot of money there. No, it's hard to say opportunity because opportunity is what you make. You can go in.
Hello. Mama, not there. Love you.
I mean, because opportunity is what you make it. Because I came out here to Arizona. Don't get me wrong, Arizona is the desert. But within that first day that I came out here and led in this desert, I was dedicated to myself to make an improvement, to try to make a change, or at least try to show my kids something different. And that's the main reason why I'm here. It's not for me, it's for my surviving kids.
Right.
Because I don't want to lose another child to the streets.
Right.
And so with that in mind, I came out here and I had to show them how they have to go to work. And how you have to believe in yourself and go out there and let people know that you believe in yourself and ask them for that opportunity.
Heck yeah.
You get the opportunity, you prove it to yourself, you prove it to everybody else that you're dependable, you're respectful, and you can get the job done, and things will go from there.
Heck yeah. No, that's the same thing I'm doing out here. That's all I'm doing out here. So, I think what you've done is a very powerful move, especially as a man of a good family, that to do something like that, you know, you're saying here in hopes of, you know, to do those things. I think that you already are doing those things. I mean, I can't tell you the future, so I don't know if there's some tragedy around the corner that we are not knowing of, but if you ask me, I think that move was brave. It was very brave of you to do.
Bro,
The whole fucking family.
Just getting off the page, I think we got better times coming because Hillary did not get in there.
Well, I don't know about that either. I didn't appreciate either one of the candidates. To tell you the truth, I didn't think there was a win anywhere inside any of the candidates.
Yeah, neither one of them address the social issues that's taking place in our country.
Well, yeah, they're not on our side, man. That's what we think.
To the point where I guess that's why we're doing this right now, to let people know that the problem that we're experiencing is a social problem.
Sure. Hell yeah.
You know, it's not a
This ain't for a
racist-
president to fix.
It's not a
This
racist
isn't-
problem,
yeah.
because
This isn't for the politicians to fix. They're not going to be able to fix it. That's why they haven't fixed it. It's not for them to fix. It is for us people. The people
have to come together.
have to. Yes.
We have to find some kind of way to educate ourselves so that we can learn how to get along with each other.
Hell yeah. That literally is like part of what we're doing right now in this conversation. My podcast is about that. That's what the soul of what it's about is. I hope it to be something that can change, which is education, like we're saying. So when we sit here and we speak truth about, you know, the right decisions and the wrong decisions of what we already have experienced, other people that don't live this life or know, you know, the certain, the certain angles of why these things exist in the first place. But you live it firsthand and you watch it, and you see it, and we explain these things out in a discussion like this. I hope that hits the ears of the people and gets them to start to think, have some compassion towards it. Not just think it's something that can't be changed. This is the way it is.
It's something that has to be changed.
Yeah, it has
We
to be.
have to find a way to come together as people, as Americans, and we don't have to find a way to come together as one. One way or another, because divided, we're going to fall. I'm not going to get political about it.
I feel divided in
But-
your story. Your story sounds like it's full of division.
Yeah,
You even said like
I
how
like
things aren't segregated or
Our
whatever.
life is actually full of division. We have to be able to bring it together and find out where is that division being caused at.
Look at my mango.
I didn't even know she was gone.
Look at some berries.
Tell took
She wants to do it now, right now.
Beyonce do it.
Hey, it's my good girl.
Okay. Tell
Right now.
Tell Beyonce, yeah, you can have it. And there are people out there that notice our divide. And they look at it as if the blacks in this country is not getting along with the whites in this country. We might have a chance to just come take this country over.
Heck yeah. No, I know that.
And
We are, by the way. At least coming up to a civil war of some sorts. Maybe not with violence, but
the
it's definitely
civil
going to be
war,
mindset.
and that's what they're trying to say. The civil war or a race war that's supposed to be between blacks and whites would be absolutely wrong for the simple fact blacks and whites are Americans.
Yeah.
I mean, this is our country. I mean, we built it. We're supposed to run it. We're supposed to control it. But if we fighting over a color of skin, then yes, of course somebody's going to take note of how ignorant we are and take advantage of an opportunity, and they will come take this great country of ours right from our fingers.
Hell yeah. No, that's why I think in main media that they're actually propagating that we are divided. Because I don't feel divided, just like when I met you. We first slapped five and we've been friends ever since. Right to this moment, right now.
And this is
You know what I
new
mean?
to me because, like I said, coming from the south side of Chicago, I never had an opportunity to just slap five with a person other than my color. But you really have to experience the south side of Chicago. They go miles and miles and miles with just one color.
But that's what I was trying to say is like we know we're brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? We know it, but the media, the main media, the popular media comes out and they're the ones who are pushing the stories of negativity against each other and this and that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't even believe that it even is something that's major until they feed it to us, and then some people fall victim to that and believe it, and then all of a sudden we got a problem. You know what I mean?
And then they
When there
also-
wasn't one. We fixed this shit what, 50 fucking years ago we fixed this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they also find different ways to divide to the point where they say it's not within color. Especially in Chicago, and we can take note of this because everybody's seen the World Series.
Right.
And if you're gonna charge $7,500 for a seat to see a baseball game, hey, that $7,500 to see for a seat to see a baseball game. You think that's not prejudice? You think that's not a divide? You think they don't know exactly who is going to be inside that ballpark and who is not going to be inside that ballpark?
Right.
I mean, to the point where they don't have to come out and say no blacks allowed.
Right, right.
They just throw a $10,000 ticket on the seat and they know that they did not give us that money to afford it. And they know we did not come together and open stores and open trades and businesses. They know we didn't do that. So therefore, they use things that we did not do properly against us.
So
they
really,
do have the
what we're
right to.
describing right now in the actual moment is actually a systemic problem. The system itself. So it isn't black and white against each other. It's the people versus the system itself. And the system itself does pin, I believe, black and white people, not just black and white people, anybody who's of any other color, they systematically separate us that way. That's
Yes.
the way that they do it.
Yes.
So,
And Chicago is the number one in my eyesight because that's what I know. I don't know about New York. But I know in Chicago, they are the number one places in the world where they have a Chinatown where China people are at. They have a Jewtown where Jews are at. They have a South Side where blacks are at, and a North Side where whites are at.
yeah.
And then these surrounding suburbs that city people can't go to.
Well, this also goes to show, though, because we know truth, me and you know truth, but none of that shit's even fucking reality when it comes to it. That, you know, the brother and sister level, when we are this way. You know what I mean? So the only way that I see this is the system versus the people kind of way. That's really what I see. And what you said, we have to come together as people to fix this problem. They ain't gonna fix it. The system ain't gonna fix it for us. That's for damn sure. It's gonna want to stay the same. We have to take it amongst ourselves to change it.
Right.
You did by coming out here. You know what I mean?
I've been trying to change you for a while. And like I said, you have to first look into yourself. Find yourself. Find out what you can offer to others. Find a way to give your gifts. And then you will start receiving.
I need an airplane.
What you do?
To the south. Why? No. They know what to get some.
Yeah, he got some work on it.
9 o'clock.
You better hurry up.
Big.
Right here, come on. We almost there.
Yeah, we can turn it off. I think we got a lot of grounds done. I hope you come up on another podcast with me. To tell you the truth, I thought this was awesome.
Well, you know, you get in and like I say,
We barely got to the iceberg of the thing. It's barely just looking at it. There's a big old underbelly that we haven't even got to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's work for me and you to do. You know what I mean?
we
To
got
figure
work-
these things
We got
out.
work to do. It's a lot of things to do. And like I say, I actually drove from Chicago to Arizona. And I drove back from Arizona to Chicago. And I did Chicago to Arizona. But the crazy thing is that I took a different route every time. I went through Kansas. I went through Indiana. I went through Missouri. I mean, I went through these states. Hey, man. And by going through these states, I took the highways and I took the byways, and I really didn't feel the tension and the racism that they are talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere I went, I was respected. I was accepted on the way I treated others and the way I carried myself. And I think if we as a people just treat each other on the way a person carries themselves, I think we can learn a lot from everybody.
Me too. I believe in it. Thanks, Antoine.
No problem.
That's really cool. Thanks, everybody. Love y'all.
Hey, you got a piece